Right, what's going on, people? So in my last video, I obviously announced that hashtag on it. Is that zoomed out? It's quite zoomed in, isn't it? But it's a different camera, that's probably why. Hashtag on it, I launched a brand, launched the calvinscardiary.com website, and it all went off really well. Literally the following night, so by the time, I think it was about 27 hours actually, 9 o'clock the next night, we sold our last hoodie. So yesterday morning, we took another delivery of all the hoodies, and they are now back in stock. Alright, so that's good news. And I had a little read through all your comments in the last video, and I noticed a lot of you asked for different types of brands. One of them was CCD. You know, a lot of people want to support the whole Calvin's Car Diary thing. I appreciate that. So what I've done is I've also done a CCD hoodie, and something else I've done is a car related brand. A lot of you that have been following my channel for a long time, a couple of years ago, you'll remember that I launched a brand, Massive Petrol Head.
Drop it.
That brand is now available again on calvinscardiary.com as a hoodie. And something else that you lot asked for quite often in the comments was, Calvin, we're entering summer and you've got no t-shirt. So all three brands are now available as a t-shirt as well. So I've been on it, literally I've been proper on it. So all of the stock is now live on the website calvinscardiary.com. Alright, let's get on with the video. Right, so at long last, it's bloody windy by the way, I just had something blowing my eye, it's a bit annoying, isn't it? But at long last, I finally got my hands on an FD2 Civic Type R. God, it is so windy outside. Oh my God, and obviously this being a Japanese car, it felt like it's feels like it's going to blow away. So I need to, I did try and film like outside. Bloody wind, the wind is a joke. Doing a deal and I bought his car off him. Do you know what, I think we're just going to have to give up. It's just too bloody windy. If I stand here, what's going on over here? Nah. The plan was to walk around the car and tell you all about the outside, but listen to the wind, it's just far too windy, so that ain't happening. Oh, sorry about that. I'm Calvin, by the way, for those that have never seen me before. Let me just straighten out that camera and make sure that I'm sort of in shot and level. And today, I'm very, very proud to say that I finally bought an FD2 Type R. It's got some nice keyring there. And there's so much to be said for these cars. They're so bloody cool. Where do I start? I think I'm going to start by putting heating on. Start the engine as well. So the FD2 Type R, the plan was, like I said, to walk around on the outside and show you around the outside of it. And I then realised that I was just going to get blown away, and the amount of wind that was on the mic that's currently pointing in the wrong direction, and that round, would have just been killing the audio. So the outside of it is such a good looking car. So it's obviously a 4-door saloon, and it's basically the saloon version of the FN2 Type R, but although it's very similar, it's also not very much like it, because it doesn't look anything like it, but it does have like the same steering wheel and seats, I suppose, but they are very different in so many ways. I think what I'll do is, should we just go for a drive? And I'm going to spend this whole video sat in this driver's seat just talking about this car, but like I said, there is a lot to be said for it. So let me put the front view on. I'm currently at my site in Milton Keynes, by the way. I just filmed a video introducing my site to the channel, so if you didn't see that video, check that out. I'll put that just in the top corner there, alright? And it's buy it now car auction, but we won't worry about that today. let's just hit the road, go for a little drive. We're off. Now, I have actually driven this car once already today. It was when I test drove the car when it came in. So let me just summarise how it come about even. A fella called Ben who follows me on social media, watches my video and stuff, he contacted me and he teased me with some photos of his car, yeah, not something else. And I was like, oh man, like, at the minute we've got so many bloody cars and I need to sell some, and we've genuinely got a bit of a space issue. We need to get rid of some cars, but that's another story altogether. And yeah, Ben offered me this car and I was like, oh Ben, this is like the perfect car at the most unperfect time. But I need a 4-door saloon in my life, and I thought this is the, I've got to have it. So we agreed a deal, shook hands, and it's now my car. Ben's just gone home, and my first job, the first thing I want to do is get a video filmed on it. So, and by the way, if you do want to sell your car, right, that's obviously what I do for a living, I do get offered a hell of a lot of cars, and I'm struggling to deal with everyone's messages and stuff. But if you want to like offer me a car, I'll put an email link in the description or in the comment or something below, and just send me some pictures, send me a price that you're expecting, and if I'm interested, I'll get back to you. But if I don't get back to you, please don't be offended, because it's just really, I'm just messaging people back all the time. It's really hard, all right? So I just wanted to throw that in there. Please don't think I'm rude if I haven't replied to any of your messages. It's just honestly tough to keep up with it all right? But I am here to buy cars, so don't feel shy about sending me details on cars, all right? So also bear in mind one more thing, sorry, that we're based in Milton Keynes, which is, you've got to bring the car to me, so there's always a bit of a distance thing. But just anyways, just a few messages there that I want to deliver in a video. Something else that I want to talk about quickly is I am wearing my #OnIt hoodie today. I announced this in my previous video. You can buy these at calvinscardiaries.com. That website's now live, and there is, I'm hoping by the time this video goes live, there should still be a few in stock. So yeah, go and check that out. And anyway, you're not here for none of that, you're here for the car, and I need to get on it with the car talk, yeah? Civic FD2. Now the FD2 is basically the saloon version, as I think I just mentioned, of the FD2 Type R, and I really don't get why they didn't come to the UK, because a saloon Type R is like such a bloody good choice of car. There's so many people that would want a saloon, and like me right now in my life, I've got the Golf R, of course, and I've got a little boy, which is a pain in the arse when you've got a 2-3-door car. Even trying to get your kid in the back of the car, it's a nightmare. So I need a saloon in my life, and this is just like the ideal car. It's sporty, it's fun, it's so cool, like as far as character is concerned. It's got so much going for it, and it just offers so much, but for some reason they never come to the UK market. I don't know why. I'm sure I'll get a few comments below explaining why, but it's a car that I've always been interested in, and I've always thought I would love to get my hands on one of them, but it's just never happened. Now Hondas in general, they offer quite an exciting experience. You get into the driver's seat and you sit here and you've got this really sporty wheel, and obviously the black and red theme inside, it's very race-like, it's very racing themed. The dash in front of you at the top, you've got a speedo, a digital speedo. To the left of the speedo, you've got a rev limiter, like an indicator, so when you get to the rev limiter, it's got flashing lights. To the right, on the right hand side, you've got your fuel gauge. It's got half a tank of V-power in it, which I'm very happy about. And in the centre at the bottom here, you've just got a bold looking Type R branded rev counter, which is all you need. Now these cars, any Honda, and anyone that knows about Hondas will know that the VTEC engine, it doesn't have a turbo, so it's a VTEC system. I don't know where I am or where I'm going, but we're going to go this way, I think. And they're a high revving engine, all right? They rev really high. Let's feel it. So you can see, it's just that just come out of nowhere. I wanted to show that it revs high, but it revs as far as, I don't know, let's see where the limiter is, yeah? I'll tell you where it is. Oh, we're in some kind of a village now. We won't do it yet. But it seems like the limit's somewhere about 8,000 revs, but I think quite a bit further than that, maybe 8.2, 8.3, which is quite impressive for a little 4-cylinder engine. Now, Honda build reliable cars. They're built for power. The FD2 has more power than the FN2. Again, I don't know why that is, but it does give it an edge over an FN2. FN2s I think are just over 200 brake horsepower, and the FD2 has a K20A engine. I'm not sure why it's different, or how it performs different, but it's got 225 brake horsepower, which is a little bit more power, and you can feel it from a driving point of view. Now, the first thing I noticed when I got into this car and drove it for the first time, it's quite a cool little bridge here. I don't know what this is. Bear in mind, I've got no idea where I am. I've never drove down here in my life. We'll go right, shall we? Indicators on the other side, right hand side. The first thing I noticed is a strange one, really. It's so fun. It's brilliant how you just feel encouraged to red line it. Let's just keep going, keep going. So the rev counter seemed to show almost 9,000 revs then. 9,000 revs. Oh, I don't get it. Now, I don't know what I was talking about. I got sidetracked with the rev counter, but manual gearbox, proper driver's car. Why are these cars different to an FN2, and why on earth were they not made available in the UK? This is a 2008 car, and the things that this car has, which is better than an FN2, is firstly, of course, it's got 2 extra doors, yeah? Massive bonus for lots of people. Secondly, it weighs 60 kilograms less than an FN2 Type R. Again, like, I'm not slating FN2 Type Rs when I say this, because I'm a huge fan of them, but a lot of people would have the question, why on earth would you buy an FD2 over an FN2? Well, there's 2 bloody good reasons straight away. The third reason is what I just mentioned as well. It's got 225 brake horsepower, so it's got about another 20 horsepower over an FN2. This has got a limited slip diff, so when you're going through bends like this, you can put the power down to the ground. Oh, there's a horrible bump there, in a lot easier way than you would in a stock FN2 Type R. Whoa. Oh, that's what I was going to say earlier, which I got sidetracked on. I just think all the time I want to talk. The thing I was going to say is, the first thing I noticed was it feels like a real high compression engine. Like when you sort of engage a gear, it's really sort of a rigid engine. It just feels so bloody good. But that's random, I know, but that is genuinely the first thing that I noticed. But yeah, so 2 extra doors, 60 kilograms lighter, more power, yeah? And then you've got character, like when you open up the doors, I don't know if this is a standard thing. Let me just put the gear in again. We won't speed, of course. There you go, about 8,700 revs, I would say. When you open up the door sills have got carbon fibre on them, yeah? Carbon fibre. And on the doors, on the outside of the doors, you've got these Type R badges. Again, a nice bit of character, yeah? The seats, they are the same as the FN2 seats. They look amazing. They're like a bucket style seat. Extremely sporty looking seat. I really like them. The rev counter, again, I'm going to remind you, that's right in front of you. And externally, you've got, on this one, we've got the Mugen front splitter. That looks really cool. And then continuing on with the outside, we've got white paint. You know, it's a lovely colour. I think it's called Championship White. And the big rear wing, you can see that in your mirror the whole time you're driving, with a gloss black finish on it. It's just got so much going for it. This one's got a big exhaust on the back, and I don't know, I just think it's such a bloody cool car, and it's so different. And for me, as a petrol head, a massive petrol head, a guy that loves cars, I keep pressing the wrong indicator. I just find myself looking at them all the time, and I'm so glad that I've finally crossed paths with one. That's a nice looking BM. It's not even a M4, is it? It is an M4. Nice colour. But yeah, I'm just glad to finally get my hands on one. This one is a Jap import. They all are Jap imports. It come over to the UK in 2015. So it's been over here for a few years now. And let's pull out in front of this Honda. It's got loads of history from when it was in Japan, and I keep doing that with the indicators. It's got loads of history for the time it's been in the UK as well. So it's a seriously good car. It's a very clean example, nice to look at, well looked after. The interior's mint. I don't know, I'm happy. I'm happy to finally be driving one. So my plans with this car is I've put it straight up for sale because I need to shift some cars, but I kind of hope that other cars sell before this one does, because I do actually really want to keep hold of this car for a short period of time anyway. I'm definitely not in a rush to sell it. Well, now this car, sorry, I had an urge to put my foot down a bit there. Performance wise, obviously a 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine is going to lack some kind of personality, but with the help of the VTEC, it does give it so much character. And I think one word I like to use a lot is character. This car has got so much bloody character. It's unbelievable. Full of character, championship white, bits of carbon fibre on the bloody door sills, a big huge wing on the back. It was made in Japan. It came to England a few years ago. For me, cars that have got this much character, I need to have more of them in my life. You just feel so confident. You feel like naturally, when you're first faced with one of these cars, you just naturally feel like you'd really like this car. So it's a very brief video. There's a Nissan GTR there. Oh, GTR. Yeah, very brief video, but for anyone that owns one of these cars, what a bloody good choice of car you've gone for, because like most people would go for the FN2, and I get it, like the FN2 is a great car. They're better value for money, if anything, because they are less money, but I think sometimes it's just nice to have something that's quite special, and I really do feel like these FD2s are a special car. And like I said, for me, it's a car that I've always wanted to get my hands on. So I'm going to leave it as that now. It's probably been quite a brief video, but I suppose I had it come in, I thought I was just so excited about it. I thought I need to get out in this car. So if you see one of these cars, an FD2 Type R, in and around sort of Luton, Dunstable, Milton Keynes, there's probably not many about. If you do see one, it's likely to be me, all right? But yeah, like I say, I'm going to end it there. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the FD2. What do you lot think of it? Is it as cool as, like, do you think the same as I do? Do you think it's a really cool car? Go on, I'll let you go. Because I think he's struggling a little bit. There is an FN2 there. I must have a customer with an FN2, ironically. But how funny is that? There's actually an FN2 right there. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Would you, so if this car it's going to be about £14,000, an FN2 is dependent on sort of mileage and year and stuff, but that's a 58. This is also a 2008 car. That car there would be I don't know, close to half the price maybe. Is that right? Yeah, about 7 grand. Like, there is a massive price difference, but maybe they shouldn't be compared. Maybe they're just not a comparable car because of the price difference. But let me know your thoughts on it. What do you think to an FD2 Type R? I get that some people might not like them because they are very, very different, but I suppose for me I buy it for 2 reasons. 1, because I really like it, and 2, because it's great bit of stock for businesses. It will be good. It might be a slow seller because of the type of car it is, but yeah, engine start and stop button as well. I could blabber on about this car all day, but I am going to say bye because I don't know how long I've been filming for. Probably not that long, have I? Have I been filming long? I don't even know if I have, but I'm going to remind you that the hashtag on it hoodies, serious hoodie, you can buy them at calvinscardiary.com. This car, if it is still available by the time this video goes live, I might even decide to keep it. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but if it is available for any reason, I'll put the link for it in the description below. And that's it. I'm going to leave it as that. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, hit like. If you're new, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader. Alright, bye. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, I've literally been daily driving this Type R, and I've got so much more to say about it, so I've done a second video on it.